Hello, hello. On today's show, I'm going to talk about a new Star Trek movie. Who knew? Some crazy other robotic wildness. Mike is going to take us back in time with the pick 3. And Pat says your friendly neighborhood horizon swings by with some new reveals. Welcome to your favorite live streaming whatnotting podcast, Comics and Collectibles in the Crawl Space. I am your favorite watcher. That includes the Marvel watcher, Kevin. And thank God there's people with better jokes here. First up is Mike.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? And then, of course, Pat is here with a new pick. That's awesome.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's up, man? And then last but not least, you can probably tell already because it's been a lot of fun 2 minutes in, but Karen's here.
Hi, Karen.
Oh, there's so much going on with. First of all, I was cracking myself up during the intro because, how long have we been doing this? I think you just pointed out recently, Mike, that it's been 3 years now.
Years.
Yeah, and still, I'm thinking, okay, I'm all prepped. I'm good. And as soon as I hit the go live button, I'm like, wait, I prepped everything, but except for what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So I'm winging it on the fly, But anyway, we've talked about that being part of our charm a million times. But that was perfect. That was a perfect intro there too, Pat, coming in.
Thanks. I'm trying to, get that younger demographic to come watch the show. So,
Skibbity.
That is pleasing to the Gen Z crowd, from what I hear. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Mike?
No, I said that skibbity thing or whatever they say. I don't even know.
Yep.
Did that become a thing that they just said and then it became a game? I mean, what the heck? I mean, my target aisle is Pokemon that's always empty, Magic, little tiny Yu-Gi-Oh, then 3 rows of Skibbity toilet. What the heck is up with that, Pat?
I don't know. It'll be gone soon. Don't worry.
I sure hope so, because I just don't even like seeing those words.
That's so funny.
I have no idea what anything about it is about, but every time I see it, it grinds me.
Yeah, I mean, at least our slang and our thing, there were real words just modified, right? Maybe.
I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah.
Just put words together and like, oh, this is what it means. No, that doesn't. Anyway.
Right.
Hey, before we get too deep into stuff, I did for anybody that watched Thursday's show, they realized that I failed, so I fixed that failure. And there you go.
Oh,
Kevin.
nice.
Detective Comics 1061 flipped over.
Yeah, look at how much cooler that is, Pat. For real, Pat. Come on.
I think it works either way. Yeah, they could have done it to your liking, and it still would have been a fine cover.
Yep. Yeah.
So basically, the whole world except me is happy with the left side, but the right side, the whole world and me would have been happy, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
See, that's what should have been the right. Anyway, I appreciate that, Mike. That really helped a lot. Seriously, I might vote for that cover more now. So.
wonder if Lee Bermejo is like, what are you guys doing? You published my cover upside down.
Yeah.
Might be, exactly. Although, wasn't there a bunch of covers in that span that were like that? They were doing reflections and puddles and windows and stuff like that.
I don't remember.
I think there was
Sorry, my
definitely a
dog
Batman and Robin one where Robin was with them too or something. But anyway, so we got lots to talk about today. Obviously, another delayed week. Sorry, I think life seems to happen for making delays more during the winter. Would you agree with that? Doesn't it seem like we miss weeks that we weren't intending to meet or miss during the wintertime more so than during the spring, summer, fall?
I don't know. I never really put any thought into it.
Yeah, Karen, can you analyze all that and let us know by the end of the show?
Yeah.
Type it into your high-powered computer and spit out the results for us.
Right. Yes. Okay, enough joking around because I got a ton to say. This is going to be probably a 2 or 3 hour show just with my stuff. So prepare yourselves.
I think Emily's calling me.
Why? What? You're not in for 3 hours of just my show or my segment?
No, I'm not into.
I don't think I ever got you going into my segment. That's why I figured that was fresh. That was fresh.
Yeah,
okay.
Good.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry about it.
She's texting him, telling him not to buy a green car, I think.
Yeah.
All right. First up for me, I've got some quick recaps because we've mentioned this a couple times that I never kind of came up with a conclusion for these. First of all, I got Skeleton Crew on Disney Plus. Fine. I think the last time I did a full review on this, there was one episode left, and then we hadn't revisited, but we talked about it a couple times. So I got that final episode watched. And my final verdict for Skeleton Crew hasn't really changed much than what I talked about before, which I think it's good. It's, I think the way you put it, Pat, was really good, where you were like, what did you say exactly? That this is targeted towards a younger audience, but there's just enough in it for old geeks like us to enjoy it as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And, I think I wanted to show this poster that I found too. You see this one?
I see it now. I don't think I had seen it previously.
Yeah, me neither. It's pretty cool because this is more the focus of the show.
Sure.
You know, this is all the kids, whatever. Do you call alien young beings kids as well?
Sure, unless maybe they have a species specific name.
Yeah. Like, well, aren't young goats kids too?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I like this poster a lot more, but I don't like the trade dress on it. I wish, but is this a floating head poster? Would you consider that this? Even though you got the full body of the one character in the front there.
I don't think it's as egregious as some of the floating head posters out there, but
okay. Well, I wish this poster had this, more of a bold title on it. But anyway. But yeah, so I just wanted to give this my final review. I think I gave it like a 7.5 smiley faces when I reviewed it. And I'm sticking with that. I think overall this is a fine show. And like we already said, the way Pat put it, that it's not targeted for us, but it was definitely had enough to where I enjoyed it. So go ahead and check it out on Disney Plus. It was fine. I felt like at the end there wasn't really much purpose of a season 2 though, so I feel like this is probably over, right, Pat? Same way as you.
Boy, it's been a while since I watched it, so I can't remember exactly. But I'd like to. You never really got an answer on Jod. What his deal was.
That's true.
I don't know.
I guess it would be kind of like a spinoff. It would have to be more about him than the technical skeleton crew, which is the kids, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
because what's going to happen? Are they going to go off on another adventure?
right. Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
All right.
That would feel kind of forced, but no pun intended.
That wouldn't be, yeah, that wouldn't be a surprise either, though, for them to,
Yeah.
So, okay, but yeah, fine. And then again, same kind of thing here. I finished Silo season 2 on Apple TV, and this is a little bit more complicated, while also not being complicated. And so what I mean by that is, I actually liked this season better than season 1. But I felt more frustration that this one was a little bit slower than season 1 was, which kind of goes against what I just said, I feel like this was a little slower. They drew out the story, in a different way that made it slower but moved forward better. Like the other one wasn't as slow, but it didn't move the forward. We were complaining that with season 1, This one moved the story forward every episode better, but it did feel slower, So I don't know. Take that for what it is. I don't really know if it means anything, but I will say this is the other frustrating part about it. Real quick reminder: at the end of episode or season 1, Juliet goes outside, and the beginning of season 2 is her finding a second silo, and the whole season 2 basically takes place with Juliet at a second silo and all the people revolting in the first silo because they think, because of the events of Juliet going outside and her going over the hill and not dying right away, all this stuff in the end. But then at the end of season 2, spoiler alert, I guess, if anybody cares. But at the end of season 2, we're right back to where we were at the end of season 1, except kind of the opposite. The end of season 1, Juliet goes over the hill. All that happens by the end of season 2 is Juliet gets back. So, man, the end.
Yeah, she has to get back.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like we made no progress. Really, like the revolution still really is kind of happening. It's like bubbling, but it hasn't officially taken off.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens in the final episode too. The revolution has bubbled so much, it's happening to where the main guy from Shawshank Redemption.
His character's name. I'm trying to remember.
Tim Robbins. Okay, so Tim Robbins is the governor of whatever the silo. So the revolution is going so crazy that Tim Robbins wants to go out. Like he's basically throwing in the towel. He's going to go outside the silo.
Wow.
As he's going out, Juliet's coming back. And then in the very last fade scene before they fade to black, a flame burns them up. A flame comes in and you're thinking they're burned up, and then fade to black, and that's the end of season 2.
Man, they're so far from the book.
Okay. So to recap everything I just said more succinctly is this season was slower than season 1, but moved the story forward better than season 1 did. So I enjoyed it more. But the season 1 finale was epic, but the season 2 finale sucked. So I don't know what to say as far as comparing the two.
Yeah.
Kind of head for head. It's like I feel like they're even for different reasons, but so I'm gonna give season 2 7 smiley faces. I can't remember. I think I gave season 1 a little bit less than that. I might have ultimately gave it a higher than that because of the finale, but I'm gonna go with 7 smiley faces for the overall season for season 2. And for the whole series is concerned, though, I'm gonna be right around there too, 7.5. It's definitely compelling as heck. I don't know how I feel. Let's just ask you guys about this real quick. Pat first. How do you feel about a story that you don't know exactly how you feel about it, whether you're really enjoying yourself or not, but it's totally compelling? It keeps you watching it, but you just can't decide whether you enjoy it or not. How do you feel about shows like that, Pat? Do you like that, or does that frustrate you, or where are you with that?
I don't know if I've ever encountered something like that. I mean, if I think something's compelling, I've got
You're
to
calling it
probably
good?
I probably would be liking the show. So
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Pat on that.
Okay. I guess I feel like it's compelling because it has my interest to keep me watching, but yeah, I just am in an indecisive state. So I guess we're just different like that. So,
yeah.
and that's kind of where I still am with Silo. I mean, I guess I'd concede that I do like it at this point, but when shows are compelling, but just that's their thing the entire way, it's just a little frustrating, I
It
guess.
just seems like it's real story driven and it doesn't rely on action to keep you interested.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. So anyway,
And sometimes I'm really in the mood for a movie like that where there's not a lot of action, but it's just it's all story. And I mean, I think sometimes that's a little bit harder to do.
yeah, that's true. Mood. What factors do you think that are kind of outside everything else that affect a show or a movie you're watching? Mood and rest, right? I guess maybe in happiness. Like if you're in misery in your life and you can't enjoy movies as much, and if you're tired, and then also what you were just mentioning, the most obvious one is mood, right? Those are three outside factors that the creators of all these things can't control, obviously, that really affect the outcome of or the end result of your feelings on a movie, right?
Yeah.
I think I just that was an awesome epiphany. I need to put that in a t-shirt.
You know what? One thing, and this just might be in my head, when we talk about kind of like just story driven stuff, anything with Casey Affleck in it always just seems very story driven and quiet. And because he's such a quiet person, there's never like chaos and super action in his movies. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But
That is true. What was that movie with let's not get into it. There was one time in one movie that he was definitely kind of a tough guy one time, and there was a minute of action. And I totally agree with you, Mike, because when that happened, I was like, whoa. It was kind of jarring. It was like I never seen Casey like that. So
was it Drowning Mona?
no, it was that mystery where they were looking for the kid that was missing that had the big spin at the end?
Oh, I can't remember.
Sounds like the way you guys are both looking up, you know exactly what movie I'm talking about. You can't, yeah, exactly. So that was a great movie. Anyway, we're not talking about that movie. We're up to your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man dropped on Disney Plus. Are you watching this, Pat?
I only have seen the first 2 episodes, unfortunately.
That's exactly where I am at. How many have dropped? Have 3 dropped or 4?
More than that. Yeah, they're doing them in weird chunks. I think
really?
the second week they threw out 3, and the third week may have been an additional 3 more. So I don't know where they're up to now. Yeah.
Okay. Mike, you watching this?
No, I saw half the trailer and said, that's stupid.
Okay. So
No, I'm not even interested. But I am interested to hear if I'm correct.
Okay, here's what I have to say. First of all, this point has been made time and time again every time there's a new Spider-Man project. And I'm going to direct this mostly to Pat. Okay, Pat. Why can't we get out of high school Spider-Man? Why can't there ever be adult Spider-Man?
All the new Spider-Man movies. I mean, he's almost, well, he is out of high school now. I mean, it was like the last couple years.
Okay, let me restate this. Okay.
Was Andrew Garfield in high school?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, he was. Remember that dude
at the beginning again.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean with every new Spider-Man project, regardless of, Tom Holland's out of high school now, like you're saying, fine, okay. But why does every new Spider-Man project start with him in high school?
Because that's when he got his powers.
Yeah, for the origin stuff. It's like,
yeah, who doesn't know about Spider-Man's origins at this point? Anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why they fast forward a little bit in the MCU. They didn't show his origin there.
Yeah, right, exactly. I feel like, but Spider-Man's been around since when?
Yeah, the 60s.
Yeah, and how long did him in high school issues matter, or how long were they printed?
Quite a while.
No, into the 70s.
Yeah, that's quite a
Yeah.
while. That's a decade.
Okay, but okay, you're right. You're right. I stand corrected. Sorry, but my point is that was 60 years ago. So it's like there's
Yeah,
far more adult Spider-Man content than there is kids Spider-Man content.
Yeah.
But it's also the target audience that they're going for, and kids in school might be the target audience, and they can relate to a Spider-Man still in high school more so than a Spider-Man that's married and, you know, as a kid and stuff. So,
all right, you might be right. Anyway, so I don't really even care for this Spider-Man much. This isn't bad, but it's definitely a different take on Spider-Man. You know, as you can kind of see his original outfit there, and I think I watched the first 2 episodes too. He just looks like this the entire time so far, right, Pat? In the first 2 episodes, right?
First 2, yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting and clever, and I actually like the art style. Do you like the art style, Pat?
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
Yeah. And of course, the elephant in the room is another, project that's getting beaten up back and forth because of, I don't even like saying words like woke, but because of wokeness and stuff like that. I think I've said this before when these kind of things come up, and I'm going to say it again now. Okay. Just don't be an a-hole. Okay. So if you like it because of the changes that have been made for the reasons you think that's good, fine. And if you don't like it because of the changes that have been made and you don't think that's good, fine. But why does everybody have to be such a jerk about it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just amazing to me every time. It's like, do you think they actually feel that way, or they're just doing that for the, the clicks or what? I hate saying that too because I sound like an idiot, But you think these people actually care as much as they say they do, or they're just doing it for clicks?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
I feel like even the studios make things that are intentionally controversial that'll get jerks on one side to say something that'll put it in the, put it out in the, podcast and YouTube short sphere and all this to get people to watch it regardless either way. Anyway, you think that's intentional too, Pat? A marketing ploy?
I don't know, because I don't think they would consciously make a decision to outrage people because there's so much money on the line with these projects.
Yeah.
But
the wrong outrage can really tank something.
Yeah.
But if it's good and people are outraged and they check it out, then, anyway. Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, this is a fine show. I'm actually not planning on continuing to watch it just because Spider-Man's not in my top 5 anyway to begin with. And, this just doesn't pique my interest that way. I might catch up with it once the whole season's over and just binge it or something. But I mean, it's fine. I give the first 2 episodes that I saw 7.5 smiley faces. I think the biggest thing for me is I'm just over, especially since Spider-Man is not my jam, I'm just over seeing origin Spider-Man in high school again. I guess I'm just tired of that now. I guess that's the biggest detractor for this one for me so far. So, and I guess I'll ask you that now since, you're only 2 episodes in too, Pat. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So Pat, let me know later.
Yep.
Do they get, how far do they get away from that? Maybe I'll. So anyway, there you go. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on Disney Plus. Then I got to watch
The
Wild Robot. This is on Peacock. Pat, did you see this in theaters? Do I remember?
We never got to the theater to see it. No.
Oh, okay, I thought you mentioned that one time.
I wanted to.
Why'd you say ooh like that, Mike? Is that the same for you? You're meaning to watch this, you just haven't gotten around to it yet?
Yeah, this is one like Pat I wanted to see in the theater. And then I just heard some rumblings about it, like it's really an emotional ending or something like that. And like I was reading, it's like everybody's like, "Oh, it was a mess. I was crying." I'm like, "Holy cow! Do I really want to watch this?"
Well, I think I'm going to say this to just right away that I think you're fine, Mike, as far as the
I'll
emotional,
be all right.
because I was not emotional. But that being said, my wife was a blubbering mess. Okay, so so
Oh wait,
despite
did
have
cry,
that,
you cry watching Rudy?
do I cry watching Rudy?
No, did she? Probably not. But you
I don't know
did.
if we've ever watched
Yeah.
Rudy together, actually.
Yeah.
But we have times where we simultaneously cry. But
This wasn't one.
This wasn't one of those. Yeah. So definitely emotional moments, but I didn't cry. So do you want me to watch myself a little bit since you guys haven't seen this, or how do you where you want me to play this?
I've
Little
seen
cautious.
it.
Oh, you've seen it since Pat. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I know nothing. I don't remember. I saw the trailer, but I don't remember what the whole premise is.
Okay.
I just remember
Yeah, it's just about a robot that is being shipped out. You know, someone bought it and it's being shipped out, and its ship crash lands on or doesn't land. It just blows up and all the debris lands on this wild island that's inhabited by, I mean, this is Earth and this is the future, you know, and I think the company's called General Dynamics. Is that right, Pat?
I don't remember.
Yeah, the company General Dynamics makes these robots that, you know, just like all the other dreams of reality, we all want robots to do everything hard and everything that sucks so we can just have fun and relax all the time. You know, so this robot crash, you know, is stranded on this island that is only inhabited by animals. And one of my favorite parts of this that I think is a very important part for this movie is that one of the first things, the robot's just trying to talk to all these creatures as the movie starts, but quickly she realizes they don't understand her and she can't understand them. So she spends, I don't know, it seems like a long time, maybe months, just in place, kind of scanning all the sounds and noises that all the animals are making to translate them into something she can understand. So during the entire movie, the animals are speaking English, and of course she is speaking English, but I felt like I wanted to constantly remind myself that she's actually hearing them make all their animal noises. We're just hearing what she understands them saying. And when we hear her talk, she's making their whatever animal she's talking to animal noises, but we're just hearing it in English too. Wasn't that cool, Pat?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I especially liked how that was pointed out near the end of the movie when there are other humans around, or actually robots that are speaking English. I don't think are there ever any humans in this beside? Yeah, there's no humans, right? Ever. But anyway, there's other robots around, and she can of course understand the other robots, but none of the animals can understand the other robots, and none of the robots the other robots can understand the animals. So I thought that was a cool nice little detail touch. That's how you make good movies, right, Mike?
Yes.
Attention to detail. Sorry, go ahead.
Attention to detail.
Attention to detail, exactly. So basically, this robot's looking for something to do, and I'm you know the exact words are escaping me. What did she what words did she use exactly, Pat? When she's like project complete or something like that? What was she looking for? Project? Is that what it is?
Task. No. Was it task?
Task. Yeah, that's it. She runs around looking for a task, and while she's running around looking for a task, she is being attacked and having all these problems of being in this unknown environment. And there's actually an accident that involves her coming into contact with this goose egg that hatches, and she takes on the task of raising this goose egg because, as you can see in the poster here, I guess a baby goose is a gosling. Did you know that, Pat, before this movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't think I knew that. I think the only gosling I knew was Ryan. But anyway, so this gosling, thanks, Karen. Appreciate it. You can see in the robot's hand, that's a little goose. You see it there, Mike?
Yeah. It looks. Let me make my screen larger. It looked like a little kid, but I see where it's a.
Yeah, it's a little gosling, baby goose. And then there's a fox that she takes on the task of raising this goose and making sure it can fly before the winter or it's going to die. And the fox decides it's going to help her do this. At first he's kind of a jerk, but then he grows to like not only the wild robot, but also the goose. And the goose, what's her name again, Pat?
Oh, wing.
No, not the goose. That's gold bill or gold. Yeah, gold. Yeah. Goldfin. No.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm talking about the robot though. What do they call the robot?
Roz.
Yeah, Roz. That's it. Yeah. So anyway, this, as you can imagine the adventure going along there, just trying to, a robot with the assistance of a fox trying to get a goose to learn how to swim and learn how to fly and all the adventures involved there. And of course, the tearjerker emotional moments are because they become extremely attached to each other. But this whole adventure's purpose is to come to an end. So no spoilers there, but you can put two and two together, that kind of thing, right, Mike?
Yeah. Do you think the fox was helping to raise the goose, or wanted the goose to grow up so it would be more food later?
I think that's what its original plan was, but I think later it becomes he mentions a few times that he doesn't have any friends, so it seems like later it's because he has friends.
Friends, okay.
Yeah. And I believe him. You believed him too, Pat?
Yeah, he came around for sure.
Yeah. And incidentally, the fox is Pedro Pascal.
Of course it is. That guy's in everything.
Yeah. Roz is Lupita Nyong'o. And did I say that right? Did I butcher that?
That's pretty good.
Okay. She's from what's the biggest? She was actually in the latest Quiet Place. She was the main lady in the latest Quiet Place. She's from Black Panther, and she was in Us. I don't know if that any of those trigger a memory for you, Mike, but she's great. Who was the duck again, or the goose? It's a duck. Pat, do you remember?
Ryan Gosling.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know who the little goose was. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't. I think he was a kid voice actor.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% on that. So,
Ving Rhames is in this too. Was he the beaver or the bear?
Mark Hamill was the bear.
Oh, Mark Hamill's the bear. That's right. Mark Hamill's the bear, which is crazy, right, Mike?
I guess.
I don't know why it strikes me as crazy. Just imagine yourself in 1980, whatever, Mike. The last time you watched Star Wars for the first time, you're thinking, imagine this guy's going to be a bear in an animated movie in 40 years. I know it's
the last time I watched it for the first time.
Yeah, the last time you watched the Star Wars movie for the first time. That totally makes sense. That's a well-constructed sentence.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, so yeah, Ving Rhames was the beaver then, and Mark Hamill was the bear. So anyway, this is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it immensely. My wife loved it. I think. I'm putting words in her mouth. I don't ever think I heard her say that, but she was a blubbering mess, and so I think she thoroughly enjoyed it as well. So check out The Wild Robot on Peacock. I'm gonna give this a solid 8 smiley faces. Maybe after I watched a couple times, I could lean into an 8.5. I don't know, but definitely a solid 8. Check out Wild Robot on Peacock.
I have to say the animation is one of the biggest draws of this movie. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was like perfect, right? I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It's so great. Yeah.
Then it gets a half a point more from me for Fox being one of the characters.
Right. He was not Rabbit either, man. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, he was not right.
Spoiler. No potential.
All right, then finally, I watched the new Star Trek motion picture.
What is up with this movie? Kevin,
Section.
please tell us.
I'm getting ready to. Section 31. This is a Paramount Plus original. Okay. And Pat, did you say you've watched Discovery?
First couple seasons, I think.
Dadgum. I think that's the same place I am too, because again, I apologize if I butcher the name. So Michelle Yoon.
Yeah.
That Michelle Yeoh? Okay.
Yeah.
She's obviously the main star of Section 31, and her character is from Discovery. And do you remember her from Discovery, Pat?
Yeah, she was the original captain of the ship on Discovery.
Right, and she kind of like mentored the captain that it went to afterwards, right? I can't remember anyone's names right now.
Right.
So she was a good guy or whatever, right?
Yes.
So I don't know what happened, but she's a bad guy in this movie. And the only thing, if I'm trying to just kind of make things make sense without information, she is from a different. I don't know if she's the same person, but maybe multiverse type thing where she's from a different. I'm
starting to remember some things now, because there was an alternate universe, and this captain was in that alternate universe. So maybe this is a spin-off movie of that universe.
Okay. So okay. I wasn't tracking with any of that. It sort of, that's my first complaint with this movie. It sort of explains that at the beginning of this for a very brief period of time. So I still had questions when it was done explaining. Like I felt like, wait, I needed more there. Why, that kind of thing. But it basically dives right into, this is kind of like, I can't help but comparing it to Suicide Squad type movie. They got these bad guys from the Star Trek universe. This is very, if you're watching this for Star Trek, you're going down the wrong path. This is not a Star Trek movie in any way, except for the fact that it has it in the title and it mentions the Federation and people from, it has Star Trek terms in it, but the whole story is, like I said, Suicide Squad-y, in my opinion, where this ragtag kind of broken group of people that are sent to Section 31 to retrieve her, because this is something that's outside the scope of the Federation's parameters or whatever. I'm butchering a bunch of terms here, but are you tracking with what I'm saying so far, Pat?
Yep.
So the real crazy thing to me, the first crazy thing was, even after the explanation, I still got questions to even get us into this movie. But then the second problem for me is that once they get there, their objective is to just extract her. Do you remember her character's name, Pat?
I do not. I can't. Okay. Not off the top of my head, I can't remember.
I'll just call her Michelle then. So,
sure.
So their whole objective is just to extract Michelle. As soon as they start doing that, a whole new objective arises, and they ignore the fact that they were there to get Michelle to begin with, because she's this dastardly bad guy, that they were trying to get. But then they need her because of this new objective that has to do with this Infinity Stone. No, it's not actually an Infinity Stone. It's something similar to that, though. It's this power mechanism thing that now can destroy the entire universe that they need to get out of bad people, you know, they need to get it to keep it out of bad people's hands, because this was a black market interaction that was getting ready to go down, that they kind of got in the middle of, and then they realized there was a bigger problem. But then, so basically, now I'm going to fast forward to the end of the movie. They solved the problem, but now Michelle's a good guy, and they're going to team up, and I guess Section 31 is going to become, I've heard whispers of they're going to have a sequel or maybe a show or something where this character Michelle is going to be the star or something. And which, my whole thing that's confusing with that is the whole objective of this movie set up for the first probably half an hour, 45 minutes, was this ragtag group again of kind of bad actors being put together to get her. And then that whole thing is not only ignored for the rest of the movie, but then now she's a good guy in their team. You know, it's so confusing. I feel like this either wasn't planned out well, and if it was planned out, or I feel like it wasn't even really planned out the way it should have been. But if this is the way they intended to plan it out, it's just a bad idea. It's like, I have no idea why this tried to be a thing. I don't know. And you know, like I said, comparing it to Suicide Squad, I think that's a good comparison. You know, they got people that are joking around and are kind of weird, and people that are serious and, you know, tough guys and girls, and people that are just completely straight edge, and people that are, you know, like I said, like kind of imagine how Suicide Squad was. So that's really, and how that adventure would play out with those kind of characters. And honestly, that wasn't done very well either. So I really have nothing positive to say about this movie at all. So I'm going to give this maybe I'm going to go with two smiley faces.
Wow. The poster looks cool. The only thing that tells me it was Star Trek is, well, besides you, the little Star Trek on there, but everything else, if they had taken that Star Trek off, I would just think it's just another movie.
Yeah, I think this movie I would think this would actually have arguably more success if they just separated it from Star Trek completely. You know what I mean? But I guess I have heard, you know, I've read a lot of stuff after I've watched this, because I was kind of having, my instinct was blaming myself for not liking it. I'm like, maybe if I knew more, I would have liked it or something. I don't know. So I was like doing a lot of investigating stuff, and I feel like the Star Trek community is pretty split. And, you know, I think it's actually leaning towards the Star Trek community doesn't even really like this much. So like I said, you know, big pass on Section 31. I mean, if you want to see how bad it is, though, it's on Paramount Plus. So that's it. Oh, wait, I have one more thing I want to talk about. I said lastly with this, but I have one more thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about the new Fantastic. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. What year was this out, Pat?
It never made it out.
I know. What year was this made, I should say?
I don't know. The early 90s, I think.
Was it early 90s? Okay, that's obviously not the one I want to talk about. I want to talk about the new Fantastic. No, not this one. No, I want to talk about this Fantastic one. I'm talking about the new Fantastic Four. No, this isn't it.
Kevin.
Well, we are doing it again with this one. The new Fantastic Four trailer came out. So, Mike, first question for you. I have to take that down because it covers this. I couldn't find a skinnier one. Okay, Mike, I'm gonna scan through all these again. What's your favorite thing out of all four? Okay.
Okay. My favorite
thing or thing?
No, your favorite character thing. Yeah, thanks for the clarification there, Pat.
All right, let's go. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, better. It's like I'm having my eye test. Okay. Yeah, not a fan. Nope. I think, you know, costume goes a long way for me. I think the new one. Go
Man,
back to what was the second? Who played the second one? So Michael Rooker,
Chickless.
Michael Chiklis. That's right. Yeah, that was good, but he
Okay.
doesn't have the brow.
So you like this?
Yeah. No, that brow is too much. That's too much brow. It's like his brain is on the outside of his head.
Pat, have you ever seen this, by the way?
Yes.
How'd you see it?
I have a bootleg DVD.
Oh, man, can I borrow it, please? I was just getting ready to tell you. I've been wanting to see this. I never found a way to watch it. Can I borrow it?
Yeah.
Please
After
don't
watching
forget.
that Star Trek thing, you haven't suffered enough. Willfully.
This would obviously be a different type of suffering. I want to do this suffering. So anyway, all right. I guess we all couldn't be any more different, because this is my favorite thing and still my favorite thing. And ironically enough, I was going to ask Pat this, but he's probably going to concur with what you're saying, Mike. My problem with this thing is the costume.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like his. I want him to just have the pants on. I guess I like a shirtless thing.
Well, this is kind of promotional, and he didn't go on his mission shirtless. No,
I think he does, doesn't he, Pat? And all the stuff we could see in the trailer, he's wearing that uniform every time, isn't he?
In the trailer, yes.
Yeah.
Except when he's in like street clothes.
Right. Yeah. When he's superheroing, yeah, he's in the full uniform. Which, yeah. Anyway,
But if you're familiar with Fantastic Four lore, that's how the thing started out. He had a full costume just like that. It didn't last long. He hated it. So maybe that's going to happen here.
okay. See, that's what I was going to say. I obviously don't consider myself any kind of a Fantastic Four purist or intellectual or anything. So obviously, I'm going to go with Pat's opinion on Fantastic Four 100% of the time and consider my opinion just, can you have a wrong opinion? They say, no, I'm going to actually say my opinion's wrong here. This thing is obviously great. So, and it really makes me happy when the people that love something love what they're making of it. That's even more important, So I remembering your all right, Mike from New York's chiming in. He said he loves the new thing as well. He's just not sure about the voice matches.
Yeah, that was I was kind of taken back by that a bit. It wasn't what I was expecting for sure.
I didn't pay attention to his voice when I watched it.
Yeah, I don't think I did very much either. It seemed like from your reaction to I think Mike from New York posted the trailer, your reaction on there, you liked it a lot too, right, Mike?
Yeah, it looks great.
So overall, so far, both of you got a big stamp of approval with high hopes of the end result, right, Pat?
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. They need a hit after what I'm hearing this weekend with Captain America.
Yeah, I've heard some. I don't think I've heard anybody that loved Captain America. I either hear or bad. That's kind of is in the middle to the negative. Is that what you're hearing too, Pat?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Man, you know what I've seen for the first time recently too? Tub reviews. Movie tub reviews. Have you seen those before, Mike?
Oh, like the popcorn things?
Yeah.
Man, those things seem to be getting out of hand there for a bit.
Yeah.
Because all summer we went to AMC and it's like there's like the Wolverine Deadpool one, and I was like, what in the world is going on with these things?
Well, I totally agree with that statement, but I'm going to go even further. This is what was news to me that I didn't even know. There's a bunch of different, like I just saw a trailer or a video from someone yesterday that there's like 10 different, depending on what movie theater you go to.
Oh, so there's
Captain America tubs.
Ah, well, geez, got to get them all.
I thought the one tub we got at our local place was the same one that people in California got. But so it was literally, imagine this. It was literally the all of the Marvel, Captain America, popcorn tubs ranked. That's what the video was.
Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's already expensive, and I'm not going to pay for something that I don't have space for at home as well. I think you and I both got the metal tins for the Avengers.
Yeah.
And I think I got I got another one too. I can't remember what it was. I ended up with 2 of them. And those are kind of neat, but right now they're just sitting on top of a file cabinet.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm done buying them too. Although the number 1 and number 2 on this guy's Captain America list were awesome. That one was number 1 is literally just a shield that's awesome, and you flip it over and it pops up. Remember those cups that would retract and collapse and stuff like that? It's one of those on the back of a Captain America shield.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's stupid that they exist, because I love the fact that there are people out there that love them enough to rank them, and I would probably watch that. Yeah, but it's just I have no space for him.
Yes. How can you collect those things? They're all different. First of all, they're big, but in my opinion, not big enough to hold the amount of popcorn I want.
Right.
But they're all different sizes and shapes. How could you possibly store them? I mean, you could display them.
They'd all have to be displayed everywhere. Yeah.
It's ridiculous in my opinion. But you collect what you like, folks.
Right. Yeah. There's no wrong collecting. We would never judge any of that. That's for sure.
Yeah. When you get it, it's like, okay, where's the rest of my popcorn?
Right.
You do the rest in a bag.
And expensive too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, they are expensive as well.
I'd say like 30 some bucks or something.
I don't know. I never bought one, so
yeah.
I don't know if I ever paid 30. I remember in the high 20s, but anyway, it's been a while. All right, cool. That's it for movies. It wasn't quite 3 hours, but I think I went a little longer than I usually do.
Yeah, and I haven't watched any of that stuff because I'm still on Daredevil season 1. I think I got another episode in last night. I think it's like 6 or 7 or something like that.
I was skipping around through that 3 years ago video you posted. I figured you were still on Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
Stick with Daredevil.
I'm loving Daredevil.
It's
so
great.
Good.
Yeah. All right, that's it for me. Are you ready, Mike? So I can stop talking.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, go.
All right. So what we have are 10 covers chosen from a list of 563. The shelf date for these was February 12th. So that was last week. But I wanted to
3 days ago. It was this week, but just
yeah, that's right. It was just a couple days ago. So you can go and get these right now. You don't have
hopefully they'll still be on your shelves. Right.
Yep. The reason I really wanted to do this instead of doing next Wednesdays is because as the votes were coming in, there was this strange what's the word I'm looking for?
What?
Strange.
I forget how you put it.
Anomaly or something. It was something that hadn't happened before. And what it was every single voter picked 2 covers, and then the third one was the same. Everyone was voting for the same cover.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, let's keep this going. And it didn't. Unfortunately, a few people didn't vote for this, but I think it's the most the first time that it's like everybody was voting for the same cover.
Interesting.
So to put it confusingly.
Statistical anomaly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was just crazy. It was every single time. But I do by the end there were 4 people that didn't vote for that cover, but still, it was quite a few that did. So, let's run down them first. Amazing Spider-Man 67 from Scotty Young. Batman and Robin number 18, Ariel Olivetti. One World Under Doom number 1, Mike Mignola, and it's labeled as a hidden gem. So I don't know what the ratios are on those hidden gems, if they're 1-3, 1-10, or equal or what. I don't know how those work exactly. Let's see, Thor Immortal number 20, or the Immortal Thor number 20, Alex Ross. Magic number 2, J. Scott Campbell. Deadpool Wolverine number 2, Joshua Cassara or Cassava?
Xcellar.
My R's look like V's. I'm gonna have to make those capital. All New Venom number 3, Giuseppe Comicoli. Now that's a connecting cover. I tried to get them all in a graphic, but the last one, the last 2, they didn't have them out yet. So once they're all released, I'll put them all together. But it's pretty cool. Bug Wars number 1, the Peach Momoko variant. The Lucky Devils number 2, James Heron. Heron, yeah. Dick Tracy Valentine's Day number 1, Geraldo Borges. Sorry with these names. It's partly the names, partly my eyesight, my glasses. I've got to get new glasses.
Might be a little bit of our brain too. You know, that happens when you get older.
Yeah. So there you go. How do we do this?
I think you show them.
And then we'll discuss them. That's right.
We've only done this 100 times. Yeah. So.
Right. All right. Coming in third place is Deadpool Wolverine number 2.
So, you know
what?
Yeah, I'm with the studio audience on this one. You know what I think I've decided?
What?
I don't like this this is going to be really controversial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Wolverine with Deadpool. I think I decided that. I don't like their pairing. Just because I've never been a huge Deadpool fan, and obviously I've always been a huge Wolverine fan. So the fact that they are, you know, two sides of the same coin everywhere with everything right now is really grinding on me. I'm not liking it.
Is Deadpool a bad influence on Wolverine?
You know what? Maybe for lack of a better way to describe it. Yes, Mike. We're gonna start. Well, maybe we already have because I haven't read a Deadpool Wolverine comic yet. Maybe I never will actually. But I mean, is he starting to influence? Is Wolverine starting to become a real jokey, smart aleck yet? Pat, have you read any of these?
I read the first one, and he is not. He's as usual fed up with Wade. You know, he just puts
there you go. So you might actually enjoy it because you'll
maybe Wolverine wins the influence battle.
Yeah, whereas you're going to be like, yeah, Wolverine, you're going to agree with everything he's saying because your dislike for Deadpool is just as much as Wolverine's.
I knew your Mike's chiming in. He agrees with me. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
So you guys aren't feeling that at all as well?
There always can be too much of a good thing. Let's just say that.
Okay. Sounds like you might be getting there. Gotcha. What was that comment again, Karen?
Oh. Rocking in the free world. Man.
Jolly Joe just came in to say hello and hoping we're rocking in the free world like Neil Young on this fine weekend. Thank you, Jolly Joe. We appreciate your comment. All right, Mike, what do you got for number 2?
I remember that Neil Young song coming in.
Of course. That's a great Neil Young song.
I think I had it on cassette. All right.
Didn't they just put out a Neil Young movie? No.
I don't know. documentary or something.
No, it's some. No, it's not. It's not Neil Young. It's
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. Yeah,
Bob Dylan.
that new Bob Dylan movie. Yeah. Anyway, what's number 2, Mike? Sorry.
All right, back to comics. We should do a music show.
I'm down.
Yeah.
You'll be doing 90% of the talking, though. I
know.
think.
All right. Hold on, I dropped that. Okay, in second place, this one surprised me that it came in second, but I do love it. The Immortal Thor number 20 by Alex Ross. Oh, a boo for Alex Ross. He's been doing these covers. I don't know. This series just didn't catch my eye. I got the first 2 issues and then I bailed on it. But this cover really looks awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I voted for this one, but I'm surprised the studio audience doesn't like this one. Yeah.
Or are they booing that it didn't come in first?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's always a thing. You don't know.
Yeah. I was looking
Did you
to
vote
see
for this one, Pat?
I did vote for this one, yeah.
Yep. Oh, so did I. I forgot what I voted for. Maybe Karen's booing because or Karen's having the audience boo because there's no Catwoman or Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah.
Sorry.
Hopefully you get a good crowd clap from number 1 here.
Let's hope. I did order you the Catwoman, the Dan Panosian Catwoman that I sent you. On a personal note. All right. In first place, drum roll, please. Karen's too busy cheering. There it is. Batman and Robin, number 18. Everybody was voting for this cover.
Yeah.
Sorry to spoil it, Mike.
Yeah, Patrick was one of the ones that didn't.
You didn't vote for this, Pat?
Nope.
Neither did Karen. She's another one.
What?
Yeah.
Would you have anything in particular to say about that, Pat?
Just don't like Robin's face.
Ah.
I don't know.
Man, I love this one.
Yeah, I think it's a really great cover as well.
Mm-hmm. I think I even did I highlight this one on the preview.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Yeah, I'm not getting this series, but I ordered this cover. So,
well, let's look at the 10 again then. So my first curiosity, Pat, is what is your 3?
Well, I got 2 out of 3. I got Deadpool, Wolverine, Immortal Thor, and my third pick, which will probably shock you, was Venom.
Wow, that does shock me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's going to be my first question, actually, is what do you think of that Doom book?
It's fine. It's an old piece that I've seen before. That's what those hidden gems, where those hidden gems come from. They just dig up some old art they've already paid the artist for, and so they can throw it on a new cover and get some more money.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's fine. I like it, but yeah, it's, I didn't feel like it was new cover worthy, I guess. I don't know.
Was it used before as a cover, or was it interior artwork?
I don't believe it was a cover before. For some reason, I'm thinking it was, oddly enough, like in a swimsuit issue for some reason. I could be totally wrong there.
That would be odd.
Yeah.
Unless he goes swimming in that, which I would believe he would.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one at all either. Yeah.
Oh, man. I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way he does the way the city just disappears into the bottom part where, I like that.
Man, I wanted so bad to vote for that Amazing Spider-Man, especially with how much we've been discussing it lately. And I think they're extremely fun, but yeah, that one's just missing it for some reason. I still like it, but it just wasn't top 3 worthy,
Yeah. I think it's definitely one of the least impressive ones out of those. I think it's
Out of
gonna
that
be
batch.
8. Yeah, that batch. Yeah, I was all the covers got votes too.
That's good.
Wow, even Dick Tracy.
Yes, Dick Tracy actually got votes.
Sorry, Mike. Was it you?
No, it was actually Emily and Jesse.
Oh wow.
But
Appealed to an older reading female demographic. Got it. That checks out though. In my latest effort to sell Marvel Rivals, I just want to shout out to Magic. So I haven't been a huge Magic fan ever. You know how the people around you influence you all the time. And Tyler just loves the heck out of Magic for some reason. So he's influenced me a little bit to like her a little bit. But with Marvel Rivals, Magic is frustrating as heck to fight. She, you know, as I've said many times, I'm a healer because I'm too old to be a DPS. But she is always after the healers and killing them, and she does a good job with doing that. But for some reason, I still like Magic, and I think it's probably because when I have her on my team in Marvel Rivals, she is so fun. So that made me love this cover even more.
the influence of the game has really got you.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm hoping that Marvel Rivals is influencing non-comic people and comic people alike as much as it's influencing me, because my history and love for comics makes me love the game that much more. And then the same effect is happening the opposite direction. Like, I don't even know what Jeff the Shark was in, but I love that kid now. What is Jeff the Shark in? Do either one of you know?
She's Gwen. She's somehow tied to Gwen Poole. That's all I know.
Okay. Well, that little you say she?
If I did, it was a mistake. I think
Okay.
if his name's Jeff, he's probably a male shark.
Yeah, that's what I
Male
was
land
gonna
shark.
ask.
Wait a minute.
But anyway, yeah. So I love that Magic. That was my. I think that was my third pick. I like that Magic cover a lot.
All right, that Dr. Doom was from like a Marvel Year in Review magazine. I knew it was some like special book or something. It was like a Welcome to Latveria fake advertisement deal.
What'd you pick, Mike?
Ask these hard questions. Batman and Robin, Doom, and Immortal Thor.
Okay. Man, it's been... Sorry, go ahead.
Did either of you order Bug Wars? Either of you getting that book?
No.
Yeah, I went back. I think it's sold out at the distributor. It's going back to a second printing. I'm like, dang it! I knew I should have grabbed it. It's probably gonna be good.
I haven't gotten any. I haven't been to the store in probably 2 months now, and now I'm mad I don't have Lucky Devils #1 because I wanted to grab that.
Yeah, I almost got that, but based on the 8 Billion Genies story was really good, and I'm like, you know what, this might be good as well, but
right.
I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't heard any scuttlebutt about it either yet. Have you, Pat?
No.
Yeah.
So,
all right, cool. That was another great list, Mike. In my opinion, I would only say there was one that didn't quite hit the mark to be in the top 10, but I didn't see the other 600 covers. So what do I know? You just did great work. Thank you for your effort again, and sorry about us skipping a week to not have next week's, but we'll do better in the future. So. All right, now we get to talk about these awesome books we've read. Right, Pat?
That's right.
All right, Mike, what you got?
All righty then. I actually highlighted this on the preview show. I read Long Cold Winter #1. This came out way back December 4th. I read it a while ago, and then I reread it again last night. #2 came out January 29th, so I'm still waiting for mine to come in the mail. This is by Francesca Perillo and Stefano Cardacelli. And this is going to be a 4-issue series. It is set in the future when air is unbreathable. And there's a company that has generators throughout the land, and that can provide those with enough money breathable air. It's this weird, I don't know, understand. I think they just made this weird science up. It's like this microchip thing, the way I understand it, you put into your skin maybe, and it helps you breathe.
Awesome.
But yeah. Right now, it's not important how it works, I guess.
Is it really ever? Is it really ever? As long as they just give you a gobbledygook sentence to give you a reason as to why it works, they just continue on with the story.
Yeah. So the main character is the big guy with the sword there. His name's Peace Dog, and he's one of these people that has enough money to get the breathable air. And he's an ex-soldier on the run, as there's a bounty on his head. And after fighting off some men that are trying to collect that bounty, he's found by a robot boy called the Kid. You can see in the little bottom corner there. And the Kid needs help getting to a place called Hope Land, and that's a free community for robots. And in turn, the Kid will help Peace Dog find a place away from everyone, safe from the bounty hunters. So they're kind of going to work in unison. He's going to help each other out. The artwork is fantastic. I love it. Here's some interiors. I think it's just great. And I like the layouts. I'm a real fan of gutters, and it kind of went out a little bit here. I don't mind the word balloons going out. And then you've got there's just a nice close up of just really great. Look at that big 1-page spread there of a dust storm coming in. So the art is a 10 for me. I'm enjoying it. The dialogue, it's kind of clunky, and it might be on purpose because obviously you're trying to not breathe a whole lot if you're paying for your air. So a lot of the dialogue is short, but it serves a purpose. I really don't have a get it or forget it yet for the 4 issues. Probably as I get #2. Unfortunately for me, if it's not a good story, I've already pre-ordered all of them. That's the thing with these 4-issue series. By the time you get issue 1, you've already ordered 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
You might as well just get #4 so you have a whole set to sell if you don't like it. So that's my recommendation.
That's why you think, comics should be more successful than they are because of that. They kind of got a cheat code installed. You got to order books even before you hear a review or know anything about it. So they sell all these books even before you know whether you actually want it or not. But
yep. So when I get my issue 2, I'll review that, and at that point, I'll let you know if you should go ahead and get #3 and 4 or just bail.
Well, the premise sounds cool. It's giving Sweet Tooth vibes, right, Pat?
Yeah, there's a lot of that, ushering a child to where he needs to go happening in storytelling lately.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
For kind of a payoff on your end too, kind of thing. Yeah.
Even if the child is a gosling baby goose.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Long Cold Winter. If you've already ordered the first 3, get the 4th one.
And then I wonder, and this is a Mad Cave book, huh?
Is it? Yeah. And I like to support Mad Cave.
Yeah, me too. I wonder how they're doing actually.
I think they're doing pretty good. I think they're one of the smaller publishers that was able to navigate the Diamond issues So I think they're able to get distribution through one of the others. Like
And they seem to be putting out good stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, and the quality is great. The cover stock is solid. You know, it's, when you compare, that's what's frustrating when you compare some of these smaller publishers. You compare their books to a Marvel and a DC book. The paper quality is
Yeah.
it's very.
What's the cover price on that too? I can't see it because of the scroll. Do you know the cover price?
I can't. I think it was $3.99. Oh, you know what? Funny thing, I got it right here. It's on the back. Yeah, I didn't take the tape off. That's how slick.
Oh, what a pro!
Yep. Oh, son of a gun! $4.99.
Hey, go!
That's a little bit steep. But yeah, it's good. You know, I did have an old Superman book that I didn't take the tape off of, and it stuck right to it.
Yeah.
And those old books, they just don't let the tape go as well as some of the newer ones.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, cool.
So there you go.
All right, what you got, Pat?
All right. I read this 2 weeks ago. I was so excited to talk about this last weekend. I should have reread it to hype up my excitement. That's Ultimate Spider-Man number 13. And there's part of me too that is like, I want to talk about this book so bad, but I don't want to spoil stuff for people that are going to read this book. Because particularly how they left things off last issue, number 12, with the Christmas party and the big reveal at the end that this isn't Peter, something's going on here. A very creepy ending with the Merry Christmas at the end. So you jump right into number 13, and Hickman gets me again. Yes, this is crazy. Here's the splash page. You know, the cheat, if you will, that Hickman is playing with here in the Ultimate Universe is everything is happening real time. You know, so a month has passed since the last book. In fact, maybe even a little bit more than a month, because this is actually, you can't see because of the scroll, I think, but this is January 31st. So Peter's been gone for more than a month now. As you start this, maybe this was like an early page of it. This isn't my screenshot. So there is a caption that says July 31st on the actual comic. So right away, you're in Manhattan and you see what looks to be a Spider-Man swinging around. And you turn the page, and this is what you get. So I was actually like, I almost audibly out loud said, whoa. You know, it was such a shocker to me. And then you can start to see sort of the costume pull back, and you find out it's Richard Parker, Peter's son. So time has passed, and you know, this is, you know, you have to kind of fill in the gaps because of the storytelling cheat that Hickman's doing in these Ultimate Universe books. You assume that the suit is trying to keep up appearances, and what we find out is the suit is not as creepy as we thought. Peter gave it instructions. If something ever happened to him, his sole purpose is to protect his family. So that's what he was trying to fill in for Peter and act as like nothing had happened until something could be done. They could find out where he was, blah, blah, blah. So it in retrospect, the creepy last panel turns out to not be as creepy as it really was, because he's sort of standing and protecting the Parker family. So he's basically, and we don't know, there's questions here because we don't know if Mary Jane is okay with this. I would assume not. I think he's like 15 years old. So the suit is actually taking him out. He has no powers. Keep that in mind. It's the suit doing all the work, but it's like to give, I guess, potentially to give a presence that Spider-Man is still out there while they try to track Peter down. But I don't think Peter and Mary Jane would be too happy with this decision, putting him in jeopardy like this. And that leads to I'm trying to forward think a little bit about this book in that I don't believe, so Tony Stark, he's trying to rejump what should have been this Marvel universe by giving all these people their powers that they were intended to be. And he gave Peter the spider that was supposed to bite him 30 years ago. But I don't believe I can't remember if we actually saw the bite take place or whatever happened to that spider. So is that spider still potentially out there? And I'm thinking, is this maybe where they're going with this? He may get powers in the future, or somebody else may get powers. I don't know. That's sort of, by the way, that's another, we talked about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Sort of the same thing happened there. The spider bit Peter and then he crawled away into somebody else's backpack. So
yeah,
we don't know what's going to happen there. But anyway, Ultimate Universe.
And the origin of that,
totally different origin in that.
Right.
He came from some other dimension, potentially this symbiote dimension. It looks like maybe.
Yeah.
So, so here we have Richard out. They're trying to find Peter. We don't know what Mary Jane's doing. At this point now, Peter's been gone for over a month. Harry Osborn's been gone probably 2 months now, because we found out at the end of issue 12 that they've been captured by Kraven on direction from the Kingpin. He successfully tracked down Harry. Then he captured Peter. And he hasn't handed them over to Kingpin. He's very much like the Kraven of the main Marvel universe, in that he's the hunter. He wants to do this honorable hunt. He wants to challenge himself in Spider-Man. So he's going to do this, the most dangerous game type scenario. And we find out that, Mole Man is also one of the Sinister Six in this universe. And his underground kingdom seems to be attached to the Savage Land. So he's working with the Mole Man to set up this scenario where he can stage his hunt in the Savage Land and hunt Harry and Peter down. And he gives them the rules to the game that if they don't participate, this is I kill you, you kill me. If you don't participate in this game, I'm going to kill both of your families. Sort of, giving them no other recourse. So Harry right off the bat, he jumps right into it. He goes, "Hey, fine, let's get to this. I accept your terms." Peter sort of sits there silently because, and this is kind of, I think we're going to get the dichotomy between Harry and Peter, because Peter is probably not going to want to do the killing, but Harry is going to want to take out Kraven, and I'm going to guess they're going to butt heads there over the final outcome. But so they're thrown into the Savage Land. And of course, in the Savage Land, we get dinosaurs. And so we get Peter punching out velociraptors, which is pretty cool. And protecting Harry, because Harry has no powers. He's just a human. He relied on the Stark tech for his Green Goblin suit. So he's kind of hoping Peter can bail him out of this whole mess. And so far, so good. But we kind of leave it at the end that they're surrounded by like a flock of velociraptors at the end. And the last little bit we get is we cut back to Richard out on patrol, and he encounters the new Black Cat. So that's kind of where we left it. But like I said, I hate to spoil some of this stuff, but I was so excited to talk about it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Right, Mike?
Yeah, it does. I'm actually getting on to Nova Gateway right now to add it to my pool list. I should have done it last time, but I didn't.
Well, I'm still holding strong. I'm just going to borrow y'all's.
So there's, there's all kinds of ways this can go now, and this morning I was actually thinking about it, and about the pros and cons of the month to month storytelling and how we're getting these gaps and stuff. And I started I don't know if this is true, this is just my speculation, but we remember back to when Hickman took over the X-Men, and he had what I think was a grand plan in place, and Marvel said, well, let's just pump the brakes a little bit. We want to draw this out. Now, is Hickman here? He instituted this scenario where things have to progress month to month, so that doesn't happen.
Right.
He sort of set up a little program of his own to do a cheat code that Marvel can't draw this ultimate universe out, because that's kind of the other thing too. You kind of see like this potentially this ultimate universe, has an end game. It certainly does right now, because the clock is ticking till the Maker comes out of his sanctuary where he's trapped. I think they're like at 10 months now, I think. So the whole thing is set up on this time schedule, and this could be Hickman saying, this doesn't have to last forever. We're here to tell a good story in this universe, and let's not create 57 other spin-off books to draw this out 3 or 4 years more than I intended to. I don't know if that's true, but you could certainly see it that way. So I don't know, but if it leads to better stories and more concise, more compact universes, I'm all for that. You can have your main Marvel universe doing that sort of thing and just tell a good story within the Ultimate. So who knows? But this is definitely I get it, bordering on must have right now, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here.
Yep, just added it to my pull list.
Yeah.
Mysterio, I should say, Mysterio is involved in this too. He sort of weaseled his way in. I think this was supposed to be a Kraven and Mole Man deal, where the rest of the Sinister Six and Kingpin didn't know about this, but somehow Mysterio is involved in here too, and we don't really know why or what his motives are. So I'm sure it's just setting up future storyline here too. But it's all pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, Mysterio, I think, is on issue 15 or 16. Just
okay.
Covers, so he looks pretty cool on that too.
Yeah, great art too. If I didn't mention that, Marco Cicchetto, Jonathan Hickman continue. Even the fill-in. This isn't there have been a couple fill-in issues, but he's doing the bulk of the work here, and it's awesome as always.
Kevin, I have duplicates of like 5, 6, 7, and maybe 8
of Ultimate.
Yeah. So if you end up wanting to put a set together, no.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got it.
All right. Man, I hate following up such a great story. I've got a great one too, though. I'd like to say I'm caught up now, but I'm not. But I read, where's my graphic here? Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I got it. I read Spawn 360. This, of course, is by Brett Booth.
Is it by Todd? Did he write this one?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I wonder how his schedule works on that.
I don't know either. But the art is Brett Booth, inkers, Adelso, Corona. This is a Barberi cover. Yeah. Who's that? What's his first name?
Carlos, I think.
Carlo Barberi, yeah. And actually, my book looks different than this. I can show you this real quick. Look how it has the Hell on Earth is Coming. across the top of mine, but I literally couldn't find a graphic with that across the top of it. Just this one. So anyway, Hell on Earth is coming. To recap, I've read the last 2 issues, so I'm 3 issues. I think that's I've always said that about TV shows. I think I'm definitely feeling that for comics. Once you get into 3, just jump in anywhere you want. Once you get into about 3, you definitely get a real feel for tracking with all the ins and outs of the story. So I'm there with this, and recap on this real quick is Spawn and all his allies are powerless. The vampire named Blood, Bludd, is trying to take over the earth and have the earth be just completely populated, and vampires have all the power. And they knew to do that, they'd have to beat angels and demons everywhere, including all, of course, Spawn and all his allies. And a third player in this is the Queen of Hell and her minions. And the feel we have of where we currently are in the situation is Blood is definitely winning. He's pretty close to his final objective happening. That's kind of where I think Hell on Earth is, although that would give you the impression that it's a different person with Hell on Earth, maybe the Queen of Hell. But where we are in this story, definitively Blood is winning. And all of the what are the gates to hell again? what are they? And I just read the book. Remember you talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, all the gates. What are the specific names for it in the books? But all those gates are closed, aside for like one to where Blood and his minions can go wherever they want. But Spawn and his allies can't. This issue in particular is about Spawn kind of giving this a last hurrah to beat Blood in the way that he's just a regular human now. So, of course, being a Marine, he just gets a bunch of weapons and kind of looks like, Punisher Spawn, where he's got like rocket launchers and machine guns or whatever. And he goes to where he finds out that Blood is located to fight Blood, to take him out, give it one last shot. And this is spoiler. If you don't want it, this is big. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spawn is dead. Spawn is killed and shown dead in the final panel of this book. Spawn is gone. No more. This must be the final issue. No more Spawns.
No more record breaking.
No more record breaking. Spawn is officially gone. Now, you may think this is confusing.
I thought Spawn was dead.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Al Simmons is dead.
Yeah, Al Simmons is dead. Spawn's dead. And this book talks about angels dying and all this stuff. This what? But anyway, I'm not joking. Seriously, the final panel of this, well, technically, the final full page of this is Al Simmons laying dead. And they actually talk about how his heart hasn't beat in over an hour. And he's got literally a stop sign through his chest and a sword through his upper shoulder. He's just kind of sitting there dead, or laying there dead, I should say. But then the actual final page is the Queen of Hell picks him up in kind of true Infinite Crisis kind of form. She's like holding him like that. No, actually, she actually, I thought she was going to pull a Batman, all these other influence books, but where Bane is holding Batman over his head like this right before he busts him over his knee.
Yeah.
There's a visual like that. I should have graphics in the inside for this rather than imitating them. She's holding Spawn up like that. Dead is the final panel of this. So, I was actually, excited enough by this. I love this book. I thought the action was great and the story's moving along great. And, Hell on Earth is coming. The latest issue, like I said, I thought I was caught up, just came out this Wednesday. So I definitely am. That's going to rush me to get to my books and at the store.
The latest issue, 361. Yeah, you're only one behind.
Yeah, just came out this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to Yeah, I would definitely want to try to keep up on this regular. So,
Yeah, they're called. Is it Dead Zones? Is that what you're looking for?
Dead Zones. That's it. Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
So yeah, Spawn and all his allies are still powerless, but Spawn is dead. The Queen of Hell has got some plans that we don't exactly know what they are yet, and Blood is currently winning. The vampires taking over the world. So that's where we currently are. And I'm enjoying every minute of it. Definitely, if you're a Spawn fan, it's a must-have. But I think it's good enough for a get it. As far as what I'm reading, and the art is great, and the writing's done well. I like it a lot. So definite, at least get it for Spawn 360, and Get 361 just came out Wednesday. I was all excited to tell you how great this book was, but then now I don't feel like it was so great compared to Pat's review.
Yeah.
Like Spawn's great, but Pat's review of that story, that's like epic. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Because yours was pretty good. Yours was good too, but I totally forget what you said at this point.
Yeah.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks. What were you gonna say, Mike?
What did you review today?
Yeah, exactly.
I actually read. I was going to review Deadly Tales of Gunslinger Spawn. Is that what it's called? Deadly Tales.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I have issue 1 and 2 of that, and so I read almost all of number 1. It's 37 pages. Man,
I'm definitely curious. I want to hear that since I stopped getting the spinoff book.
Yeah.
I want to know about that book though. So yes, please get that or read it and view it. Yeah.
All right. Maybe next time I'll do.
Or maybe let me borrow it too. That's fine too.
Yeah, you can borrow them. They're good, and that's the only Spawn book I'm getting. I decided I'll get that, and I should get Gunslinger Spawn as well because I like cowboys. I like westerns. I think that character design is awesome.
Wait, hold on. There's still Gunslinger Spawn is running while Deadly Tales of Gunslinger Spawn is running.
As far as I know,
that's just ridiculous. If that, I don't know if that's true. I think Gunslinger Spawn stopped.
Well, no, these are Deadly Tales.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
More deadly.
I think the regular Gunslinger Spawn stopped.
Well, that would make it easier for me to catch up. I don't know.
Because, Pat, how ridiculous would that be? We got Spawn, then he gives us Spawn universe, then he gives us Gunslinger Spawn out of the Spawn universe, then he gives us Scorch, which stars Gunslinger Spawn, and then while Gunslinger Spawn is still going, he gives us Deadly Tales of Gunslinger Spawn. That would be ridiculous, right, Pat?
He did learn things when he worked for Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still going on. Like issue. Holy cow, that cover looks awesome.
How are you gonna have a spinoff of a spinoff?
It's not a spinoff. I think it's just telling different tales, like older tales.
Well, I call that actually a spinoff. Yeah. If there's a new title, if there's a new regular series from an old regular, I'd call that a spinoff regardless.
Well, I don't know. Like when Gunslinger Spawn was his first appearance in the Spawn book. I don't know if they showed his origin there. This kind of showed his origin.
I read that. Yeah. Okay. That's why I'm curious.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I know, but it's just crazy to have a Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn, which is a spinoff of Spawn. Gunslinger's a spinoff, and now they're spinning off of a spinoff. It's.
Are you new to comics?
Give me another time that's happened. Give me one other time that's happened. Go.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Probably X-Men somewhere in there.
No, it's never happened before.
Wow.
Where X Factor is the original X-Men that they were an X-Men and then
they became a new team, X Factor, right?
It spun off.
No, I'm not saying there's not spinoffs. What I'm saying is there's never been a spinoff of a spinoff involving the original spinoff. That's the problem here. I don't have a problem with spinoffs.
Give me some time, because they've done it.
No, it's the first time ever.
Marvel or DC,
until you prove me otherwise. It's the first time ever.
I think what it is they've got Gunslinger Spawn right now in the current series, and like, oh, you know what? There's so much history to the character that we haven't explored. We don't want to waste those pages here because we want to keep this story and this timeline going, but we want to tell that story. So let's just make another title and tell that story, and it'll catch up.
It's never happened before. That's all I'm saying. Hey, anyone wants to comment below if you know of a time, and here's the key. You got a main title that another title spun off of it, that while that spin-off title is running, the spin-off title gets a second spin-off title while the spin-off title is still running from the original.
You know who's going to do it? New York Mike.
Okay, whoever does it, I'm going to send you a free comic.
A Gunslinger Spawn comic?
I'll send your favorite character a free comic of your favorite character, whoever comments below and answers that question. You got to be right, though. You can't just spit out unknownness. It's got to be right and proven.
Yeah. See, it looks like I should be getting Gunslinger Spawn also. So now, just today, I'm adding 2 books to my pull list.
And he's in Scorched, too, if you didn't know. If you
didn't
forgot
know.
that. Yeah, he's in Scorched.
I can't be getting all these.
Right.
And Todd said it's okay. You don't have to like them all.
Right.
These aren't Pokemon. You don't got to catch them all.
Yep.
Hey, are you guys getting the McDonald's Pokemon cards?
I've tried to. Every time I've gone somewhere, they've been out.
Really?
Yep.
Every time I go, I get 2 kids Happy Meals, and they look at me funny. Yeah.
No. I've only checked mine up here, and then I checked one in Burke. They don't have them.
Wow. Yeah, we're trying to put a set together. We have a ton of doubles. Jeez. Triples, quadruples. There's only 15 cards in the set. Come on.
You know where you should take those to be graded? You know GameStop grades cards now?
I did not.
$15.
$15. And they'll grade it right there? Or they...
No, you got to leave it with them. And they send it away. Yeah.
Oh, is it GameStop? Like, do they put it in a GameStop
No.
case and everything, or they send it off to the big boys?
Yeah, they send it off to the big boys. Yeah.
Huh, I knew it. Get out of here, son of Venom.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on. Hold the phone, Mike from New York and Mike. So it's Venom. Okay, son of Venom. And then son. Wait, is he funny? Is he being funny? And I'm not talking about multiple spinoffs coming off something and off of each other. I'm talking about it happening at the same time. That's the key. Like, I wouldn't have a problem. Exactly. I wouldn't have a problem with Tales of the Gunslinger if Gunslinger was done. But how are they going to run Gunslinger, which is a spinoff, and then also make another spinoff at the same time? That's the key to this. My thing that's never happened before.
But the son of Venom would be grandson of Venom.
Right. You tracking with me, right, Pat?
My mind is blown. I can't track.
Well, on that note, since your mind is blown.
Is that allowed?
Your mind is gathered enough to give us an awesome segment here, Pat. I'm excited.
What'd you say? You're expecting an awesome segment?
I said, hopefully your mind isn't blown so much it's not going to be an awesome segment, because I'm excited. And just to let the audience know, we are not coordinated enough to coordinate, or we are not, advanced thinkers enough to have coordinated with each other. I didn't even know your tease was going to be something that I'd cover and what Kevin watched. So that was great. I'm excited about this.
Is
yeah,
it?
the only coordination is, all right, I'll see y'all at 8:30.
Right.
And then we talk about cars and
Yep.
Everything else but comics for an hour. Yeah.
That's how it goes. So let's talk about some toys. It wasn't, even though I had an extra week to dig up some stuff on your horizon, not that much happening.
Really?
First, I want to touch base with something we talked about, the Maximum series of Marvel Legends, and that was the ultimate, or not the ultimate, the Maximum series Spider-Man. Big question here was, how much was he going to be? That was one little detail they left out of their press conference. That has been revealed because this figure is up for pre-orders. I can't remember what we were thinking. I don't know if you guys threw out any guesses. I was going to go back and watch that, but I didn't have time.
Yeah, I can't remember if we guessed. Do you remember if you guessed or not, Mike?
I don't remember, but I'll guess now.
Sure.
This is maximum. I'm going to say $39.
I was gonna go 35. Yeah.
39 was what I said. This better be, because if not, it's not going to sell.
Okay.
It's went up for pre-orders, and it looks like it's been selling out multiple places at $49.99.
Dang gum.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's crazy.
So this Maximum series is a whole new series they came out with, right?
It's just, it's Marvel Legends. You get more, supposedly more articulation, brand new doodads, bits and bobs to add to your figure.
But it's new, right? This is the first time they've done the Maximum.
This
series,
is
right?
the first Maximum series figure. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
More articulation. You know what? That kind of reminds me. It'd be funny if somebody exaggerated that even more. Kind of like I think Liefeld did it with that one character. It was all patches or pouches, and it just the whole thing is articulated. It's just because how can they get more?
Do you have a new picture of this? Do you have another picture of this, Pat?
No, I just wanted to briefly mention it because of the price point. Yeah.
Okay, because I saw that one. I saw a couple pictures of it, and it is pretty impressive what they get this thing into.
Yeah.
It is crazy, Mike. Mike, you'd be.
Yeah, I remember. But it's just.
But is it worth double what a normal Marvel Legends figure?
No, not for me. Not for me.
No, I mean, just on the surface that, forget all the extra stuff, which you're probably, unless you're some kind of, diorama or figure photography freak, you're not gonna be swapping all this stuff out all the time.
Or the stop animation guys,
sure,
people like that. Yeah.
So it looks just as good as a regular Marvel Legends figure to me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So,
well, apparently we're wrong if it's selling out everywhere.
Yeah.
But spec is just insane too. That's a whole different thing, people just thinking it's going to be worth a lot more later, So, yeah.
Man, time will tell. We'll see what the other figures they throw into this line, see how they turn out. But yeah, I'm lukewarm so far. Definitely not pre-ordering it. All right. It's only February, but it almost seems like GI June because we got a lot of GI Joe stuff revealed 2 weeks ago. I think this was a live stream, Hasbro live stream. I'll just run through these. These are I think pre-render models, not final product. But we got Breaker. We got Darklon. Not familiar. He looks kind of cool though.
Yeah.
We got a Diver 2-pack. Cobra and a Joe.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some more characters I'm not familiar with. Slice and Dice. They look pretty cool too.
Yeah, they do.
Don't know which one's Slice, which don't.
Yeah.
Dice. They both look like they come with sharp cutting instruments.
Yeah.
And then a couple on the retro cards. The first ones I showed there are going to be typical boxed G.I. Joe classifieds. Then they also have their retro line.
They have to be, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Right,
they have to be twins, right? Look, they only have one. As far as the face is concerned, they only have one face.
You might be onto something. I don't know.
Comment below. Let us know if they're twins. Sorry, Pat. Go ahead.
But side note here. I know this is a 2-pack, but look at all the stuff. Look at all the accessories that come with these guys. that's bordering on maximum series pack-ins.
Yeah.
This will probably be an expensive set though, so I shouldn't really.
Well, go back to the one, and on that same note, go back to the one that was by itself. Did you give the price on that again? What'd you say?
No, these are probably the Marvel Legends 25-ish retail.
Oh, but it's the articulation. Yeah, that's what they're
That's part of it. Yeah.
They're probably trying to count the R&D to get the other articulation, because Mike's point is accurate that how many more articulations could you get? So they probably had to play with that.
That's you just reminded me of something I was thinking about for this maximum line. Not to belabor the point on it, but a lot of times, and I've talked about this in the past, when Marvel Legends releases a wave of figures, the R&D in that line, in the paint apps and everything, every figure in that line is factored in to that wave. They'll cut corners on one figure to help out another. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one lump thing. So I think that sort of could potentially be a detriment to this maximum series line, where everything is going to like these seemingly individual releases so far in this maximum line. So they can't cheat somewhere to make something better on, one figure in the line. But
yeah.
I don't know, that I might be talking out my butt on that. So back to Joe's.
Yeah.
The next ones are on the retro cards. If you've seen them in the stores, they harken back to the 80s Joe's, and that's a re-release of Cover Girl and Flint and a Televiper. Excuse me. And then we have a couple deluxe. You see, I thought that was kind of interesting. The little LCD readout supervisor.
You read that one? You read that?
Yeah. What
the?
A couple more deluxe packages here. This is the Cobra Snake battle armor. If you remember it from back in the day.
Yeah.
I think most of the talk online when this was shown was, can an actual figure fit in there?
Yeah, that's what my first question was going to be. Yeah.
Because it certainly looks like the top half for sure you might be able to work that out, but it doesn't look. Does it work where you could fit legs in this thing? I don't know.
Well, it seems like the waist would be the problem on that.
Sure.
So maybe if they have it fit in here, what I could envision them doing, which they've done this before, which I thought has been dumb in the past, is they'd probably, if they'd fit in here, they'd probably have just the top half open, and you could, bind your guy up into a fetal position kind of thing and put him just in the top half to kind of have that mimic creation of him being inside, but not technically be accurate,
Yeah. In all of these, we kind of know what the individual figures are going to be price wise, but we don't really know the scale or price on this guy here. So
he's awesome.
It's speculation. And then finally we have a vehicle pack with the Striker and crankcase.
Very nice. That's cool.
All right. Moving on from Hasbro.
Isn't that cool, Mike?
It is cool. It's like a Doom Buggy Jeep.
Yeah.
And it's, there's 3 seats there. So
yeah.
No, could be kind of a pricey item. This next one is coming from the Disney stores or Disney shop online. We have a new holiday astromech droid, and that is R2BNE.
Fine. Okay. Right. That's good. Yeah, I could see Lexi wanting this. I could see that.
Yeah.
You know what? I could see me getting this for Lexi for Easter.
There you go.
That's fine.
We still have that Disney store?
There's not many left, I don't think. We don't have one around here.
If the Disney store is still up at the mall.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
It says February 16th. Maybe that was when he was due to be released. But I think around the same time these pictures came out, people were finding him in the parks. And there he is carded.
Ooh.
So
Yeah. Too much.
That's so funny. I could totally see people, R2D2 fans especially, geeking out for this. Absolutely, yeah. Not my jam though, that's for sure.
I like the Easter colors on him. I think he looks pretty neat. I don't know about the ears.
Yeah.
I always like a variant astromech. All right, so when Todd is not writing Spawn, he's spending time inventing new DC figures. And this is last show we had the Mondo Clayface, and it just so happens McFarlane has his Clayface ready to roll in his Batman the Animated Series line. This is $40, so it's he's a more deluxe figure in that line. He's a re-release of the DC Direct Clayface, which is they gave like Todd access to all those molds, and that's what he's been doing, re-releasing a lot of the old DC, the Batman animated figures under McFarlane. So he's definitely he's cool looking, definitely not as impressive as that Mondo.
Yeah,
Clayface, but he's also not $250. So.
Right. Yeah, it's a fair trade for that cost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool.
And then in regular multiverse DC multiverse news, we have Dark Flash. There he is in that running pose in the box that we all love.
That's ridiculous.
That's an even weird one. It looks like he's like leaning backwards running or something in that box. Got to work on that, McFarlane. I like this one. This is the Fleischer Superman.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that does look cool. Yeah.
There he is. Is a reminder you get a card. Looks like David Nakayama there on the artwork on the card, I believe. So you get the card, a couple extra hands. Looks like flying hands, maybe, or creepy stock behind hands. I don't know. Seems Superman, so I assume it's flying hands.
Yeah.
I think we have a peg warmer here in Tempest.
Yes.
You never know, though. Yeah, but yeah, I think so. Yeah. Although, just to sell Marvel Rivals again, I'm really a bigger fan of Submariner than I've ever been. So I know obviously a different universe, but obviously you understand why it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And then a potential. They're trying to head this off at the pass peg warmer in Icon from the Milestone line. So they made him a GameStop exclusive. That does not look like the costume I remember for Icon. I'm not really digging what's going on here. Same color scheme, but the chest doesn't look from what I remember. I should look that up ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then
in there, right?
Yeah, they all come with a collector card.
Yeah.
And then finally, this was last minute. And you'd swear he's done this before, but apparently, maybe not. Apparently, I don't know. Batman Begins. He's gonna release a Batman Begins Batman figure. I feel like he's done them before, but they're making a big deal out of it. So I don't know.
It has like a lenticular background. It's pretty cool. That looks awesome.
Yeah. And I thought we might get through the majority of the show without it, but it's come up twice. And if it wasn't gonna come up, I was gonna bring it up. We have some Marvel Rivals Funko Pops.
There you go.
Dadgummit.
Kevin's broke now.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm in. Okay, that's fine. I'm in. Okay, but Dr. Doom, no. I mean, I need these to be playable characters. So Galacta's the annoying narrator, and I do say annoying intentionally because they don't have enough lines for her. She says the same like 6 lines every game. It drives me nuts at this point. But Doctor Doom's like more of a storyline. He's not even a playable character. So I totally want to grab this Magneto and Iron Man though. And I wish I was better at Iron Man, but Magneto's actually my main Vanguard. So that's an awesome Magneto.
Well, you should get them all because you're going to get all the playable characters. And then you're going to say, you know what? I guess I should get those other ones, but they're going to be harder to find because you didn't get them when you had the opportunity.
I literally can't bring myself to buy Galacta. If you wanted to give me Galacta free, I wouldn't take it. That's how I feel about Galacta. That Doctor Doom, though, I could be convinced to buy that, especially if I'd imagine in the future, if Marvel sticks around for eternity, like I hope it does. I mean, if Rival sticks around for eternity, like I hope it does, that Doctor Doom is going to be a playable character. So I could see one that one as well. But yeah, those are dadgummit. Pat, dag. My wife's going to be so mad.
Yeah, I don't know what this Galacta business is. Not familiar with her at all. I don't know if is she Marvel Rivals based?
I'm not familiar with her at all either, but yeah, she's the narrator of everything in Marvel Rivals. Yeah.
By the way, she's an oversized one.
Oh, really? That checks out, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of, since you brought this up again, since you brought Rivals up again, and I mentioned Submariner, you know how I said when Black Panther 2 came out that I didn't like the way he looked in that movie? I think you were liking it, right, Pat?
Oh, Submariner?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was okay. Yeah, he's fine.
Well, that's my favorite skin in Rivals. That's a cool skin. The Wakanda Forever skin. He looks cool.
What do they call him in Rivals?
Oh, they just call him Namor. Yeah.
Namor.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they say Namor in the game?
Yeah, they say Namor.
Come on. No, no more of that, please.
Yeah. It's so funny too. I actually always refer to him as the Submariner. And I've gotten a few, who's the Submariners? Seriously. Anyway, but yeah, I love him a lot. And this Iron Man's really cool, but man, Iron Man's a tough character to get good at as far as I'm concerned. But there's other people that school me with him, but Magneto's a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks, Pat.
Yeah, that's good.
As they come out, can you please let me know in case I missed it?
Sure. I was gonna say this is only 4 of them, Kevin.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Funko.
Has your boy been back to give it another shot yet?
Yeah, he played it for a while there, then he fell off. Last night he was actually playing it, and he had to run and take care of the cat. And he's like, play this for me because he was in a battle. And he was Penny Parker or something. I'm like, what is this? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm running around just holding the firing button, and she's like shooting, and I don't know what I'm shooting or who I'm shooting. And
well, I'm hoping the thing comes out soon. When it does, will that help get you on it a little bit? Maybe.
I don't know. That game to me, it seems like it just seems like mass chaos to me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what people usually say. It's that's what. Yeah. Once you get the tracking of the chaos, it's awesomeness.
But to me, it almost seems like from watching him play a little bit, it's almost like all he's doing is holding a fire button in and running around. And it's just, I know there's way more to it.
No, I can see how on the outside you could see that, but yeah. It's obviously way trickier than that. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
it's kind of the way I used to play Tekken against Kevin and Johnny. They're doing all these moves, and I'm just mashing buttons. I'm like, boom,
yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
I did see a video the other day that had a very interesting observation. That's one of those things that are obvious, but just the first time I've heard somebody point it out that this is the first video game where people are calling out characters in the game by their first name. It's like, people be like, watch out, Wanda's coming 9 o'clock. And everybody know who's Wanda is, but they don't refer to her as Wanda in the game. That it's Scarlet Witch. So Tony Stark, watch him in the top. It's like it's the only game that they actually used Call of Duty, I think, as a comparison. Where I don't know any Call of Duty dudes' names, but it's like, hey, Ted is coming 4 o'clock. And it's like, who's Ted? Oh, that's the contractor. Oh, okay, that's you know what I'm saying. It was funny.
Yeah.
It's an interesting observation. Oh, these are $12.99. Yeah, I think that's a usual starting pops price, $13.
Now
right?
it is. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It used to be like $8.99, $9.99.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. Just side note, real quick, video game talk. You mentioned Call of Duty, and Tyler's talked about Call of Duty and how he kind of left it because it sort of became Fortnite-ish. And Valor shows me this trailer that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are coming to Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Oh,
Really?
That's
How the heck is that going to work out?
I don't.
I thought Call of Duty's kind of niche was being kind of realistic.
I think that's what Tyler was getting at. It was just getting too Fortnite-y for him,
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't know anything about that though. He's like, can you believe this? I'm like, I can't believe it. Stick to Fortnite for that kind of
So to push you further into my question I already asked that you kind of beat around the bush a little bit about with Valor. Is he liking Rivals then now? Is he like on board?
I think he likes it. He doesn't love it.
Okay.
He'll play when his other friends are playing.
Gotcha.
But I don't see him actively seeking it out on his own to play it.
Okay.
He's got other horrible games to play besides that.
Okay.
All right. Just a couple more things to wrap up with Horizon. We got some hot toys as usual. We got Deadpool and Wolverine Blade. They're trying to get sunglasses on. Sure, sunglasses off. I don't know.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Although, did we see Wesley Snipes without his glasses actually in the movie?
I don't think so.
So we don't really know what he looks like these days, I suppose. So maybe he does.
That's true.
I don't know.
Wait, rolling eyeballs so you can change gaze, like which way he's.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's been. Remember they put that out with. I think the first one was with the Harley Quinn. They started pointing that out, right, Pat?
Yeah, it's been a thing. Yeah, it used to be. It's weird because they used to have it so you would rotate the eyes dependent on each other. But it's weird when you get to separate because you can go goofy with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody's eyes move in unison. Most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing I think of is the cross-eyed. Right? I mean, everybody can do cross-eyed, right?
Yeah.
No, I can't. I mean, not. I have to follow with my put my finger between my.
Which
eyes.
means you can exactly. So my point is, with the way the eyes used to be, you couldn't do that.
Oh, okay. Now you can.
And with them separately movable, you can do that. Just as one small example.
Yeah. So yeah, keep the sunglasses on if you want to pay $290 for your hot toys.
Oh my gosh.
These are expensive, folks.
Yeah.
And if you want to spend even more money, you can spend $375 on the Brave New World Captain America.
Now that one's definitely cooler. That's
the
for
wings
sure.
look awesome.
And that's probably why you're paying $375.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be a lot cooler if he was the Falcon, but all right, whatever.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure the Falcon will be on next show.
Yeah. Speaking of that with Blade, this might be a question you might not know, Pat, but was Hot Toys around when the original Blade was around?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
That's going back too far for them.
Because I was going to say, I'd like an original Blade, but I don't know if I like Old Man Blade.
Yeah, sometimes they go back and they dip their toe in the well of the old stuff. So it's potential there. I think, they're definitely, that's how they're doing this. They're using the Deadpool and Wolverine license to shoehorn Wesley Snipes getting a figure in there. But sometimes they do go back. Hot Toys exploded on the scene, the collectible scene, with the Iron Man movies. That's how they really got their foot in the door and started people, being addicted to collecting all the Iron Mans. Then it just went on from there. They may have been around before Iron Man, but that's when they really, I think, exploded, especially with the Marvel side of collecting.
Okay. I just want to put this out there too, so Wesley Snipes doesn't come at me. I wasn't saying old man like you're an old man, Wesley. I was just comparing it like to Old Man Logan and Old Man Hawkeye, like Old Man Blade. Not that you're an old man, really. But
He's older than us.
Is he older than us?
I think so.
Look it up.
All right. I'll look it up.
Sorry, I was muted. That's what I say. Be careful, Karen. Hopefully Wesley is not commenting and derail the show.
Yep. He's 62.
62. Daggone.
Yeah. So sorry, Wesley, you're old.
Is he out of trouble now? Is he good financially? Is his life good, Pat?
I think things are on the upswing, as far as I know.
Good for Wesley. Wesley.
Yeah. All right. One last item, and that's coming from Hanyo. Sort of side division of Hot Toys, sort of related to Hot Toys. But they always talk about the introductory line. We had the Wolverine, we had the black suit of Spider-Man, and we do, as teased, we have the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man from the animated show on Disney Plus. At first I hated this costume. I still don't love it, but after seeing the show, I like it a lot better, seeing it actually in action. And that's one of the things I think the show does well. It almost looks like they took a cue from the video game, because the web slinging and the fighting and the action scenes, I think, all look really good. I think they look really smooth, and I think they're exciting, and that's sort of what has happened with the video games. You can almost watch somebody just swing around the city in these modern Spider-Man games, and it's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. That's part of the fun with here we go again. Marvel Rivals with Spider-Man and Venom and Marvel Rivals. The way those players get, and Tyler's a Venom main, he's that way. The way they swing around, it's just sometimes I'm just feel like I'm watching a Spider-Man cartoon, and then he comes over and kills me and reminds me I'm playing a video game. But it's amazing. It really is. But,
I agree. A couple more shots of them. I mean,
I'm still in the camp. I don't like it, and here's why. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but it's just the impracticality of it. Like, I do appreciate, like you said, you think the art's cool. I totally agree with that. I think it's done well, but I think the lack of, how much realism you want in your superhero cartoon. I know it might sound stupid to say, but I just can't. It distracts me to think about. There's no way he's not getting these hoses because they're free flowing out there, hung up on stuff. It's like a whole another part of his body that he has to be aware of. Rather than, I feel like if they just had that hose tapered down to his arm to his hip, rather than flea flowing out there. But I feel like it had to have been an artistic decision to have it be out there like that to make it look that way,
Yeah, I told Valor, I said when we were watching it, and keep in mind, we've only seen 2 episodes. This may happen. I think, they make a point to show sort of how it works. And, it looks like he's using maybe a CO2 cylinder. I said,
right.
CO2 cylinder is going to be trouble in the future,
Well, that's another thing I was thinking is there's no way there's enough in there for him that, he swings around for more than 2 seconds. That's going to be out of gas, But,
right.
Especially with how small it is. It's like, it's like one of those paintball gun canisters, Mike. It's like so small. It's just,
Yep. And I think the idea behind it's probably short-lived. He's already having interactions with Norman Osborn. I think Norman Osborn
he's in the labs with the scientists and stuff, so he's going to get upgrades. Yeah,
definitely. And even they made a kind of a joke out of it. He asked Harry what he thought of the costume, and he's like, it's not that great, buddy.
Yeah.
So and you get the background you can swap out. They give you like a background, but you can swap out with an actual comic book to slip behind them there, which Marvel is doing a Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man series. and there he is in some poses. So yeah. But actually, this was, they talk about the introductory. These are supposed to be cheaper, but this is $200. I think Wolverine. I think Wolverine was like 150 or 160 or something. They keep, just like everything else, I guess they keep creeping up. But at what point is the overlap between the actual Hanyo introductory figure and a full out Hot Toys figure? So, but yeah, and that's it for the Horizon this week.
Awesome, man.
Very good.
Very nice, Pat. You never disappoint, even when you kind of lead it with a disclaimer that it might not be as great as we're going to think it is. It's great every time, right, Mark? Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay.
So if Mike is Batman, he must be Robin.
Yeah. Hey, I meant. Yeah. So Mike from New York is chiming in on my challenge of a sequel running with a sequel at the same time, or a spinoff. So New Teen Titans to Tales of New Teen Titans to New Teen Titans. And Teen Titans Spotlight. Holy macaroni. Justice League International, Justice League America, I don't think those. I think the Teen Titans more of a possibility. But these were all run at the same time. That's the other key too. We're gonna have to have a private conversation to get the details, Mike. But I'm assuming from what you're saying, I might owe you a comic book. I'll have to drop it off in Pennsylvania, or hopefully catch you the next time you're in Pennsylvania, though, because I don't want to ship it. I'll ship it for an outside viewer, not for a group member. All right, cool. But again, great job, Pat. You don't disappoint ever for me.
Thanks.
So I'm assuming since Mark is here, we're ready for the unwrap recap, Mike, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here we go.
Should have got the plastic off in advance. All right, so Mark's going to take the plastic off while I do my recap. So my recap is just basically thanking Pat for helping me become interested in Ultimate Spider-Man again. As you all saw, I added it to my pool list during the show. I should have done it on the last show. I missed an episode.
Yep. It's always fun when we can spend each other's money, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where Kevin went to. He was getting coffee. I kind of want to wait until he's actually watching to show this because
I can show you mine in the bag. What I have, I found these at Target on clearance. Imaginext, DC Super Friends Series 1 on clearance for $1.49.
Nice.
So with Imaginext, you can look up the codes. Unfortunately, in the back, there's no cross-sell telling you who's in the wave. And I can't really remember who's all in the wave. And I can't remember who I got. But I know he's cool. He was one of the coolest ones. So I got him. Yeah. So we'll see who it is in a minute here.
Man, those things were great. Mark's had tons of them. We still have them. Yeah. Those are the little tiny ones. The big feet, and they went into you have the big, huge Batman robot thing.
Oh,
yeah.
That's.
Oh, yeah. What, Imaginext?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah.
Yeah, we still have that.
That thing's awesome. Yeah. I had to run to Target to buy something real quick. That's why. Did I miss anything important besides for the Imaginext thing?
No, I was waiting. Here, Marcus can hold this up. So you guys are gonna love this.
Okay.
It's Skibbity.
Oh man, Mark.
They were talking about it at the beginning of the show. So the options are the cameraman, the speaker man, Skibbity toilet, speaker woman, TV man, G toilet, plunger man, and TV woman. This is series number 1. I have no idea what any of this stuff is, but I want speaker man. Marcus, who did you want to get?
G toilet looks cool.
G toilet, of course. So anyway, Marcus, up. What we got?
Mark, what is this? What is Skibbity Toilet from? Is it a show? Is it a movie? Is it a game? Is it a what?
It's like a thing on YouTube. And it's like, I don't really know. I've never watched it because it looks like weird. But like,
But that's its origin as a YouTube channel or something?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
What's in like the box like that?
Oh, it's in a Pop-Tart bag. Yeah.
That
Oh, it's actually really big. Oh, it's a real.
thing is big. Hey, what's your recap while he's doing that, Mike?
Oh, I did it. I just wanted to thank Pat for getting me interested in Ultimate Spider-Man again.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what is it?
I think it's Cameron.
Cameraman.
Yeah, that's the one you wanted, Mike. That's the one you said, right?
I wanted Speaker Man.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like a-
Cameraman.
Yeah, I mean that's a big size.
Yeah, it is.
This is the $10 one. They have a smaller one and then they have a huge one, but well, you guys know you've been in there.
That's pretty cool.
It can fit into your Saga collection.
Yeah. Yep.
Very true. I'm looking for buttons or anything. No, it's just
Yeah, that looks really, really close to the guy in Saga, the TV head guy in Saga, right? Yeah.
So
Or
anyway,
the TV head race. That was a whole race of TV
Yeah,
head
it's all-
people, right?
Yeah.
cool. Well, there you go, Mark. Oh wait. Oh,
Oh, it's on.
his arms move. There's some articulation there.
Nice.
Beat that, Spider-Man. So there you go.
All right, Pat, what you got?
I wonder how those TV guys like clean their face. Do they use like a squeegee and some Windex or?
I would, yeah.
Probably, I guess.
Well, the reason we were talking to Imaginax because that's what mine was, Kevin. I have a
Okay,
Super
gotcha.
Friends. Yeah. And like I said, no cross sell on the backs. And I can't remember who's in this wave. I cheated, looked up the codes, and this should be a cool person. So we'll see what that cool hero. Or the codes could be wrong, and I got a Batman. So we'll see.
Wait,
Batman would be right.
yeah, Batman would be a cool hero.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
Manhunter,
nice.
Why say you wouldn't want a Batman? Because
It's
the
common.
Batmans are everywhere. You can,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this is the more obscure Martian Manhunter. Yes.
Very nice.
Little
Yeah, that
clock
is-
escape. He actually comes with a stand.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't even know. I haven't looked at those. I didn't even know they were still making Imaginext stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're in the they put them in the real small kids aisles, right, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But they're still cool.
Yep.
Yep.
There he is.
Very nice.
Doesn't have flying hands per se, but they're more the creepy hands.
All right, I went with another plush dangler, but this time I went with Marvel and another Marvel rival reference. This wasn't planned, but I'm actually hoping for Rocket in this one because Rocket has grown more near and dear to my heart in Marvel Rivals. He's a healer. He gets a bad rap for different reasons, too deep to explain on this episode. But I think I like Rocket in this one, not only because I'm growing more fond of him, but also because he makes sense for me in this one more as a plush. And then it'll probably go to Karen. So see what we got. And then I'll tag right along with Mike on the thanking Pat. I'll thank Pat for making me want more pops again. I thought literally I've just been thinking recently about how I think I've got all the pops I want. I was just looking at my shelf and I'm like, yeah, I think I got all my pops covered. Even if they come out with another one of a certain character, I'm covered. Now, no.
So your recap is sort of a spin-off of Mike's recap.
Yeah, thanking Pat, for getting me into, And also, I was going to say, too, I saw a video, again, watching videos that, I think it was 18 of the last 20 best, highest making money movies of 2024 were either sequels or remakes.
Yeah.
And then look at Star Trek. I got that on my show or on my segment. We got Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on my segment. All these things, Fantastic Four. It's like we need more original stuff, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the tops are Blue Beetle. Oh, it's a cool Batman too. It's the blue and gray.
Oh yeah, nice.
They did have a ton of the Batman. The Batman was definitely, but I just didn't get them. I was either going to get Swamp Thing or Martian Manhunter, and I don't think they had Swamp Thing. So
those are cool.
Nice.
Might have to look.
All right, and I got.
Oh, hey. Well, this is Cap.
Captain America. I think this is one I'm going to have to keep. Matches my hat.
Yeah.
It's my boy. But, didn't get exactly the one I wanted. But I got the one I would have wanted had I bought this for myself. So I guess I win. I win anyway, right?
Yep.
All right. You got any more recap contributions, Mark?
Nope.
Did you watch this entire episode?
Nope.
It was a lot of fun. You should watch the whole episode. Right, Mike?
Yep. Or at least listen to it while you play your Madden.
Yeah,
Well, he
right.
watches Madden videos while he's playing Madden. Football videos.
Mike, do you have any more recap contributions?
I don't.
Pat?
Nope.
All right. I think, I don't have any either. No, we're still trying to tweak that out. We're going to talk more about that in the pregame from now on. We've only said that 100 times. Anyway, okay, let me close out here then. So please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications of everything we post. Please follow Xcellar Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and follow Xcellar_comics on TikTok. TikTok is officially back now too. You can re-download it on all platforms again, just to let everyone know. And then check out what we have to offer on eBay at Xcellar_comics. Got a lot of good stuff on there. I just want to point out this new thing that I've put on both Xcellar and Whatnot is mystery lots. And our mystery lots will be no jokes. They'll be better than any mystery lots you've experienced before. Trust me. Go there now, grab one, and try to prove me wrong. You'll love it. Speaking of Whatnot, watch our Whatnot shows on the Whatnot app. I've got a show scheduled. Actually, I moved it to Sunday already, but I'm definitely going to have a show there. And I'm thinking I'm going to make the shows more of that mystery element with a game you can also play to get definitely something you can see. But the purchases themselves will be mysteries. It's going to be a lot of fun though, and definitely worth it. Again, come try to prove me wrong. Then also you can help support the show and everything we do and plan to do through Patreon at patreon.com/XcellarComics. And then please join us for our next regular live stream on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook on Saturday, March 1st at 8:30 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That's featuring the previous previews. What? Karen's making our plans for us. I don't even think we talked about that yet.
Previous previews will be the following day. Or, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
stay tuned on that. We're actually, I'm glad Karen brought that up though, because it brings up we did have to skip previews because of the shows we haven't had in February. We didn't have a February preview, but it will definitely return in March. Should be the second show of the month. That's kind of how it usually works out. And then also too, we've got Cover Combat 11. Currently, we just did round 2. Round 1B. Round 1B. The next show is going to be round 2. Yeah. So we're currently in round 1B. You can vote on which covers you think are better than the others. Go to our Facebook page, or you can go to the Cover Combat YouTube show and vote there as well if you like. It's a lot of fun. And it's the Pick 3 edition, which if you're familiar with this show at all, you know what Pick 3 is. So the whole thing is made up of nothing but Pick 3 winners. And the next show for that will be February 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can vote up until February 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we've got great. Oh no, we can't. You can't get any more prizes on there unless you claimed a book already. That is past. But go check out the show. It's a lot of fun. I'll explain everything there. I'm done talking here before Mike starts yelling at me.
The closing is almost as long as the show.
All right, cool. It's a lot of fun. Mike, you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Mark, you got anything else?
I found out his head can tone.
Oh, there.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice. Pat, you got anything else?
No, except my head can turn as well.
Nice.
It creaks and cracks a little bit, but
Okay, cool. Thanks for everybody stopping by on the show, checking us out. We really appreciate it. And until next time, don't forget that appreciating great art is awesome. And reading a great story is also a lot of fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Xcellar out.